Welcome back to Dockside Shop and Forge. So today we're going to continue with the backbone of the Hearth Crane. So I need to tidy up these a little bit before I continue with the swedging in, because I've got a little bit off center, so I'm going to use a chainsaw file to just tidy these up. And then I'll also do the upper one, and then we'll start drawing out and trim it off as we need to. Along the way, I'm going to continue working on this anvil and start work on this one. Make the bottom tool for the rivet header set out of this scrap of pivot pin from the roller chain. So it's the same material as the top tool. This one will just be forged down a little bit so it fits in the Pritchell hole, upset down a little bit, and then I'll drive in the ball punch to make the head. Along the way we've got to burn off the zinc on these so we can use them as the rivet pins on the selector arm for the Hearth Crane. So there's a fair bit to be done today. I will start off by trimming the thread off the bolts so that we don't have excess material to deal with, and that way I can cut them more or less to the required length. What we're wanting, that should be just about right, is to, after we've burnt the zinc off, forge the hex head to round, so it's about 11 or 12 millimeters. And that way, when these are riveted in place here, you've got a stud that the arm, the lifting arm, can lock onto, because it'll have a bit of spring to it. So it'll have something to lock onto. So let's get things hot and get the day underway. Now we just need to round it up a little bit more. Now you'll note the yellow zinc oxides I burn off outside in the outside forge, so it all goes away from me. To be honest, the hardest part is making sure you don't lose them in the fire. What we're doing is trying to get this to fit in there for a bit. Now it doesn't matter that we're cupping the end, because really that doesn't matter. we're getting in there. Once we've got it seating nicely in here, then we'll get it really hot and punch in the divot. I don't want to put too much strain on this, it's a weak part of the anvil, so I've got to keep forging it down a bit and see how we go. Almost. Alright, that seats nicely. Reasonably centered. Actually, it's totally off, but you know. So I'm using a 10mm ball punch, which I'll follow up with a 12. There we go. So this is the 12. I will need a glove because these are really short dapping punches. So one more time should do it, but that's pretty close. I'd almost be happy with that. Don't do that. That's as far as I want to go. So that's to the to the equator of the ball. So there we've got a nice bottoming tool. So now we just need to leave that to cool off. We're going to see about fitting our touch mark on there somewhere. There we go. Touch marked. Make sure it still fits. Good. Now it can just sit and relax a bit. started work on the second anvil. It's going to be a long bit if I leave it that long. So, let's see about taking that curve out. Alright, let's see if we can put this back on center a bit. That's not looking great. I have a feeling we've just started shearing that weld. And once we've got that reasonable, we'll do the ends. Alright, this is 1 rod, mallet. Yeah, it was loose. There we go, it failed. That will never... Alright, I'm going to have to redo the hooks. Oh yeah, these get completely smushed out. Hot it again. Do the other side, and hopefully these ones will hold it this time. Now this one is at welding heat. And that seats it pretty well. Now being at welding heat, those claws should be quite well embedded and the flux should be evenly distributed. So now, having had that big lump at that temperature, it means that when we bring up the face to the same temperature, it should all be uniformly at welding temperature throughout. Alright, we're at temperature. Not welded well at all. Oh well, I don't think this one's going to work out. We'll flatten this surface and make up a new plate for it. That's a pity. Oh well. We got some of it done. So we got the studs that will lock in and hold the selector arm into place. We made the rivet header that goes in the Pritchell hole on the anvil. However, working on the other anvil, yeah, I got a little bit over enthusiastic on drawing out the beck and I sheared it off, which is and I can see from the way that things were that I'd only gotten a very, very minor weld to go with in the first place. So I'll try and clean it up, but I don't think this one is salvageable, so we'll have to continue with the other one to achieve what we want to do. And that's sometimes how it works out. So in the next one I will be riveting these in. They do need a little bit of a tidy up to make sure they're all the same diameter. But I'll do that off camera. So that's where I'm going to leave off. I think I finally got all the tooling done for this project. Touch wood, that's the case. I don't think so, but anyway. So I'm going to leave off here. I now have a Patreon. The link is down below. If you'd like to provide some financial support for the channel, it would be greatly appreciated. It allows me to do things like the sound reduction work that I've done, better lights, and different camera equipment. I'm looking at getting another camera at the moment, so I've got a backup. So thank you to my Patreons. You've made some of what you see in improvements in my videos over the past year possible. So if you've liked this video, hit the thumbs up. Feel free to share on social media, and if you haven't already subscribed, I'd love it if you hit that subscribe button, and when you do, ring that notification bell. I try to upload on a regular basis, but it doesn't always work out that way, so the notification bell is your best bet for getting a heads up as to when I'm actually uploading something. So get out to your shop, do something, have fun, challenge yourself, but stay safe, and I'll catch you for the next one.